Hello, everybody. So I have been gone for probably like 8 months now. So I decided to pop back in. Things have been pretty crazy, but I finally got a couple hours to sit down and record a video for you guys. And I decided to go ahead and throw up a really wonky deck that my buddy and I were actually testing a long time ago before Jace the Mind Sculptor got unbanned. And it was okay. It wasn't too great. Use Lotus Bloom and Pentad Prism to just try and accelerate out planeswalkers and deploy the Gatewatches. And I mean, it was decent. But then Amonkhet came out and gave us the beautiful Nicol Bolas God Pharaoh. And I am a huge fan of this card. It just does everything I want to do. Dealing damage that can close the game out, ripping my opponent's hand apart, or I can just play cards off the top of their deck because I'm hitting nothing but lands. It's just a real quality card. We have the original Nicol Bolas over here because you just have to have the original if you're playing the new one, just for solidarity's sake. Then we've got Elspeth, we got Gideon. These are more of our, we're going to try and start controlling the game now. We're moving to that stage where we're just going to start taking over. Nixilis and Jace are excellent card draw packages. Oath of Jace has actually surprised me quite a bit. I think it's pretty great. We got Ajani Vengeance, which can tap down problem lands, slow down our opponent. It's also got that beautiful Lightning Helix mode that a lot of people enjoy. Sorin, just another way to slow down our opponent. Oath of Liliana is great. The reason why we're not playing actual Liliana of the Veil or Liliana of the Last Hope is because we need something that is going to pay off all of our efforts to slam bunches of planeswalkers. And Liliana of the Veil chips away at our hand. So if we have Nicol Bolas's or Ugins in hand, they're just going to get discarded and we'll never get a chance to cast them anyway. Liliana the Last Hope is very good against little creatures and very good at recurring your own creatures, but as you can see, we have 0 creatures in our deck, so it's just better to run the Oath, take care of a problem creature, and then just start generating zombies, which are great blockers for your planeswalkers. Oath of Jace, self-explanatory, it's just card draw and filtering. Oath of Chandra is an alternative win condition. So if we're just able to play out planeswalkers and our opponent's getting distracted, just attacking us, then our planeswalkers are going to be able to start taking over the game. And Oath of Chandra is going to give us that little bit of extra speed, dealing 2 damage at the end step every time we play a planeswalker. Really just kind of eats away slowly at our opponent's life total. We have lightning bolts for problem creatures and for just trying to finish off our opponent. We have a very eclectic mana base. So we've got Arid Mesas, reason being is because we need a lot of red and white. And then we've got the Gemstone Mines. The reason why we don't care about playing a land that's going to disappear after we tap it 3 times is because by the time that happens, we're probably going to have a Nicol Bolas or a Jace on the field, and we're just going to draw into more lands. It's not going to be an issue. And as far as running out of mana, I mean, if you're not drawing Blooms and Pentad Prisms anyway, you're probably not winning that game. So it's usually not that big of an issue. If I do have a Gemstone Mine die, it's usually because I'm not paying attention to the way I'm tapping it, which, I mean, that's just a player thing, not really a deck thing. We do have 4 Marsh Flats as well as our second fetch land of choice, because I do like to play 8 fetch lands in a lot of my decks. Reason being is, again, these Oath of Lilianas, there are 4 of, and then of course the white is important. It's never really that imperative for you to be fetching and shocking yourself because you have the Pentad Prisms and the Lotus Blooms. If you're going to be shocking yourself, you're usually doing it on a turn that you're starting to play planeswalkers, or you're going to try and deploy the Gatewatch, so usually not an issue with the life total too much. And over in the sideboard, we have 3 copies of Rest in Peace because graveyard decks are annoying. we have, oh, it's doing that thing again. So let me close out. There we go. See, it said we had 20 cards on the sideboard, now it's fixed. So we actually have 2 copies of Rest in Peace, because graveyard decks. We have 4 Leyline of Sanctity, because getting our hand ripped apart is a bummer. Cards like Liliana of the Veil, like I said earlier, very good against us. Just makes it so we are not going to have too much available to play. We have Wrath of God and Damnation, as well as 2 Pyroclasms to help clean up against aggro decks. For more combo decks, we have Duress, which, I mean, we're not really going to care about creatures too much. If they're a creature-based combo deck, we have plenty of removal. Our Planeswalkers are very disruptive. Against Storm and Tron, we have the 2 Damping Spheres, which I am actually a very big fan of. Even against Storm, if you get a Damping Sphere, and usually buys you the time to get to your Rest in Peace or your Ley Lines, you're usually going to be fine. But that is our deck tech for this weird Planeswalker Super Friends deck based around Deploy the Gatewatch. So tune in, we'll find out how the games go.